Hey there, welcome back, or welcome if it's your first time. As you know, on this channel, we talk about how in life it's not only me and it's not only you, but life's ups and downs are universal. It's cool. So today, what I thought we could get into is a new series. And if you have not watched the Gentle Reset series, you should definitely check out some of those videos. You will get a lot from them. I enjoy doing that series, and occasionally I might add a new video to that series, but we are moving on for the time being to the Becoming series. I'm excited about this series, and I know you're going to enjoy this series just as much as I have enjoyed putting together the talking points and putting together the suggestions and the things that have worked for me. So without further ado, let's get into the Becoming series. All right, so in our Becoming series, I want you to focus on action, not inspiration. We're not looking for more inspiration. We are going to be taking action, and we can take action by changing one of our patterns. One of the things that maybe it's a habit or whatever that we're not too fond of, and we want to be better. We want to be different. So today we can tackle changing one of our patterns for who we want to become, not who we were, not even who we identify as right now or who we think we are, but we're going to operate from a place of acting as who we want to become with whatever that pattern or that habit is that we want to nix or get rid of. You can think of it as going from aspiring to actually embodying something, going from I want to be X, Y, and Z, or I want to be her, to I am already practicing or behaving as her. I operate in, and her is not necessarily a person that you're trying to emulate or mimic or anything like that. Her is the picture of yourself that you have, the vision that you have for yourself. That's who her is. I'm sure if you're anything like me or most of us, right, you already have enough habits or enough things on your plate. So I'm not suggesting adding a new pattern, right? What you could do, or not adding a new habit, but what you could do is interrupt one of your old patterns or habit loops. Let's say you want to become more ladylike or whatever it could be, right? And let's say you're in the habit of you're nervous and you start biting your nails, or you're nervous and you chew or you bite your lip. You're nervous and okay, take a second to evaluate that. Is that who you envision yourself being? Is that what they do? Are they wherever you envision yourself being, and they're sitting there going to town on their nails, or biting ferociously at their own lip? So just identify, what are some of these loops, these habits, these things that I do? I don't even realize I'm doing them, but I just do them. What are some of those things? Those are some of the things that you can start to break away before you even get to the part of adding things. Let's just identify some of the things that we don't even want to come along with us on the journey. All right, so I gave you an example of what that one of the habits could be, but just know that your brain is strengthening whatever it repeats. So when you keep doing that, or let's say maybe it's not something physical that you're doing, maybe it's something internal that you're doing. So you maybe over-explain, or you are in the habit of delaying hard conversations, or you need people to reassure you. You're seeking out reassurance. These are things that are rehearsing or strengthening that identity. You're strengthening it. I overthink. I over-explain. I need reassurance. And so when I continue to show that I need these things, I'm strengthening that muscle. I'm exercising that I need reassurance muscle. I'm strengthening that I'm overthinking. I'm over-explaining. You're strengthening those things. So that's one of the loops. Those are some of the loops that you can try to break actively, intentionally try to break those patterns, those habits, those loops that are helping you strengthen your current identity, but not necessarily getting you to the desired identity that you want. So now that you identified whatever habit or pattern that you find yourself in, I'd like for you to go along with me on this challenge, right? engage in that habit or pattern for 7 days. Pause that. If it's the over explaining, if it's the maybe you have quick emotional reactions, are you a people pleaser? You say yes before even thinking about it or processing it, just in an effort to maybe not disappoint someone or disappoint people. Also, two, do you have the habit of maybe you're very dismissive with just your speech? Somebody might say something, or you read something, or you look at something, and it's not that deep. It's not that big of a deal. It's not that you're very dismissive, and not in a way of you don't want things to be planted in you or take root where you're trying to protect yourself, but it's just more so of you often just dismiss things and treat them as if they're very lighthearted, or so that could be something that you're working on releasing as well. So consider what you want to pause for 7 days. 7 is God's complete number, so that's a good start. Of course, with habits, people say 28 days or more, but let's try 7. Can you do 7? So for 7 days, you're going to pause this one thing that is draining you. It's draining your energy, draining your strength. You can be putting that to good use elsewhere. So let's try that. All right. And the second thing that I want to dive into in this video is that you become that version that you want to be. You become her the moment that you embody the thing one time. One time. One time.
Hello, my sweetie.
Hey, mama. Love you, mama.
Love you too, sweetie.
Bye. So this is where your identity actually starts to shift. So we get rewired through experiences, not affirmations. And I did a video too talking about affirmations, how you can ask yourself questions and allow your brain to do that seeking out for you. But anyways, back to this. Experience is what changes our identities, not positive thoughts, not affirmations. Experience is what changes our identity. So know that that is the changing point. And when you start having different experiences, you can start becoming her. All right, let's say that someone crosses a boundary and you're going to experience this old or new. Someone crosses a boundary, and old you, when you experience someone maybe crossing a boundary with you, you explain and you justify maybe, okay, I can see how, whatever, or it's okay, you soften a little bit, it's fine, it doesn't really bother me, or it's just a preference that I have, and then later you spiral, right? You're like, I can't believe, or whatever, however you do it. That's maybe how old you would have done something. But new version of you might state, that doesn't work for me, and be silent. No explaining, no softening, no apologizing, justifying for them maybe why they would have thought that would have worked, or none of that. And it's not callous, it's not cold. It is just that there's maybe in your new self, you feel like there's no need to explain or do all the extra stuff. Now, if someone asks a question, I'm sure you can answer the question for them, but you word vomiting is essentially what it is. That doesn't fit your new identity. And when you're able to do that just one time, there is a shift that you feel. And it could be uncomfortable, but just know that that's part of the process with forming or becoming her. You remember how, I don't remember what year it was, but there were these bracelets, and it was WWJD, what would Jesus do? If people wear it, and it would cause you to govern yourself accordingly. Think about your next word, your next action. You can apply that as well, because in different situations that you might face in life, what would she do? The person I'm trying to become, the woman I'm trying to become, what would she do in this situation? The person that I respect, what would their next move be? What would their next words be? What would they do in this situation? And what should I do? Because I want to be that person. Don't overwhelm yourself with thinking, what would they do today? What, forever? How would they be forever? What is their, no, the next thing. What would they do next? That's it. Don't get too bogged down with thinking too far down the line. You're focusing on changing yourself one pattern, one thought, one action at a time. And it's just the next thing. That's all you need to focus on. When you do it like this, you are essentially, you're bypassing that perfection block that we often all hit, because If I'm not doing it perfect, then I'm not going to do it at all. And when you're just focused on what is the next thing, you are bypassing that. You can try to create instant behavioral alignment right away. All right, so let's fully outline what this 7-day challenge is going to look like. We already spoke on one of the key parts of it, and that is pausing an old pattern, pausing an old behavior. And next you want to ask yourself one question, which, what would she do in this situation, and what should I do next? And then the last thing is act on one of those answers just one time, even if it's imperfect. If you ask, what would she do next? What would she do in this situation? And you feel courageous enough one of those times to do it, to do what you feel like she would do in that situation. So for 7 days, you can do it. You can do anything for 7 days, right? So give this challenge a try. Stay tuned for more of the becoming videos, because this challenge, I feel, can definitely help you, because you don't need to have the consistency early on in the beginning while you're trying to become her. You're really breaking through mental barriers and mental blocks, but this will allow you to have one good, honest interruption to that old identity. And you're pausing some of those things so you're aware and you're more in line with becoming her. So I want you to know, just like I've had to tell myself repeatedly, becoming is not about motivation. It can be as simple as mechanical actions, mechanical steps, mechanical thoughts that can lead you to changing a pattern that can ultimately allow that desired identity to follow. I hope this was helpful. I hope this was clear. You should do the 7-day challenge with me. I'll try to do some posts counting the days as I go through the challenge, and no matter what day you see that on, you can still jump in and do the 7-day challenge. It is 1 week of a challenge, and you can do it. So if you have not already, please give this video a thumbs up. Leave a comment about if you're going to do the challenge or not, or if you have done the challenge, or if you're doing a similar challenge. I'd love to hear and read your comments. As you know, comments are much appreciated. I love hearing your thoughts, your feedback, your ideas, your suggestions, your takeaways, all of it. I love reading it. It makes me smile. Give me more of that. I really do love that. And so you can check the description box. There are some journal prompts. I also have been putting down in the description box the book that I'm currently reading. So take a look for that. And I think maybe we could do a book club or something. I think that'll be exciting. Maybe we could do that. But if you have not already, subscribe to the channel. What are you waiting for? Become a part of the Sunshines. Is that a good name? I like it. Sunshine means a lot to me. Anyways, and so thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate you taking your time to watch this video and to improve yourself. It's going to help not only you, but those around you, just as I've experienced that tripling or domino effect out from myself into my life, my circle, and well beyond my immediate circle. So thank you for watching, and I'm excited for who you're becoming. All right, well, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.